So look, y'all, I've been having these downloads about quantum leaping, bro. You feel me? Lately. And so I even kind of touched on this in my last video, but I didn't really, I'm having storage issues and shit. So I couldn't make the video as long as I wanted to make it, but right now I got a little bit more space. I had to delete certain apps and shit and move shit around. But like, yo, check me out, right? First off, you know who it is, King Skull. Don't act like you don't know. You feel me? If you're watching this video right now, gratitude is my attitude. This is a channel where we strive in our struggle every day as we evolve in life, because that's what life is about, evolving. If you're not evolving, you're staying stagnant. And stagnant energy is no good energy. So as the frequency on the planet is rising, we rising along with it. And our inner stars align right, that's why we shining bright. You feel me? Now look, quantum leaping, bro, is what you have to understand about it is this, bro. There's multiple versions of you, right? There's not just the physical you. So what I mean is you're a multi-dimensional being. Now we all heard this before, right? But I'm about to give you the insight on this shit. You're a multi-dimensional being. That means multiple versions of you exist, and they exist within different dimensions. And these different dimensions all simultaneously coexist in the now. Like, for example, there's a mental you, there's an emotional you, there's a physical you, there's an electromagnetic you, there's a spiritual you. See what I'm saying? There's different yous that exist, and all the shit I just named just now is all a part of you right now, because you can easily shift into the mental realm right now when you think. When you're thinking, you're in the mental reality. When you're feeling, you're in your emotional reality. When you're breathing, or when you consciously breathe and tap into your breath, that's how you can tap into the spiritual reality, right? Because the word spirit literally comes from the Latin word spiritus, which means breath. So your breath is the spiritual aspect of you, right? All right, so there's different aspects of you that exist all within, simultaneously coexisting, all within the now. You're literally omnipresent. Okay, so 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, all these different Ds, dimensions, are planes of thought that exist within you all right now. These are dimensions within yourself. These are not separate places that you go to, that you travel to at night when you astral projecting and shit like that, or that you tap in through meditation and go somewhere. No. I mean, you can, but there's not separate places from yourself, bro. These is all places that's within you is what I'm trying to say. Because what you gotta understand is the external is a reflection of the internal. So even if you is traveling somewhere externally, it's all a reflection of your internal state anyway. All right, so without making this too confusing, well, I'm trying to not make it confusing, right? Basically, the you that you see in your mind right now, right? Well, the version of you that you see that's already rich and successful, that you have in your mind, that you normally see at night before you go to bed, or when you wake up, or at random times throughout the day, that successful you that exists in your mind is a real thing. It actually exists. That's a real place. And that's how you're able to even envision it in the first place. If you wasn't able to envision it, then it, you know what I'm saying, then it wouldn't be a real thing. But the fact that it's in your mind, it's a part of your mental reality. It's a real reality. Like I said, when you think, you just shifted into your mental reality. When you feel, you shifted into your emotional reality. Right? So you can shift in between realities, bro. Shift in between, jump in between different timelines. You get what I'm saying? Like, so the version of you that you have in your mind that's already rich and successful is a real thing. That's a real you that exists in your mind. That's why you're able to envision it. Now, the key is learning how. The key is, because you may ask, okay, well, what good is that gonna do for me right here in the physical? Just having me in my mind, that ain't gonna do shit. Look, there's a way to make that physical. There's a way to make that mental version of you that you have in your mind. There's a way to make it physical, okay? And it's through embodiment. And this is not just talk, right? Because this can be proven with science. In neuroscience, they call this neuroplasticity. In spirituality, we call it transmutation. And in psychology, they call it embodied cognition, right? In religion, they call it God in prayer. But all these different things point to one thing. They all saying the same thing, showing you the power of embodiment, right? When you think, speak, act, and feel as if, that is how you create. When your thoughts, when your feelings, and your actions and your words all point in the same direction, it's literally impossible for you to not manifest. And the word manifest just means to appear, right? and appearance has to do with physical, right? So it already exists. It just hasn't appeared yet. It hasn't appeared physically. That's what manifesting is. You making it go from the unseen to the seen. It's already exists within you, bro. That version of you that you seeing that successful you already exists. The version of you that's driving that got that car already exists. The version of you that's living in that dream house already exists. Okay? It exists in your mental reality. Now, to make it go from the mental realm to physical realm is through, like I said, through embodiment. You have to ask yourself, what would that future version of myself, it's not even the future version, because there is no future, there's no past. See what I'm saying? It's all in the now, but we call it the future version because it doesn't exist yet physically. And people normally associate only life with the physical. So if it's not physical, then it ain't here yet. But that's not true. There's different parts of you. So it can be here with you still, but it's in your mind. That's still here with you. It's still here in the now. It's just in the mental reality. It's in the mental realm. See what I mean? Now you have to make it go from the mental realm to the physical. You have to ask yourself, what would that version of myself be doing right now? What would that version of myself look like? How would that version of myself speak? How would that version of myself walk and talk? How would that version of myself carry themselves? And then you have to literally start, once you get the vision of how you would look, if that version of you is in shape, then you start taking the actions. You start getting in shape. If that version of you is rich, then start doing rich people shit. Start thinking wealthy thoughts. Start you know what I'm saying? Start associate yourself around wealthy people. Listen to wealthy people. It don't even have to be in real life. You can go on YouTube, listen to wealthy people. I do it all the time. That still associate yourself with people that's got wealth. And then also realize that wealth means well-being. The word wealth literally means well-being. I'm talking about literally, like when you look it up in the dictionary, it means well-being. So as long as your being is well, then you're wealthy. So understand that you are money. This is shit that rich people know. They don't look at themselves as a person who make money. They see themselves as the money. See what I'm saying? They have the difference between a rich person and the person that's poor is a mindset difference, bro. It's a mindset difference. They understand things about reality and life that the average person don't. And it's the shit that I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying right now? They understand that they are money. They are wealth. As long as your being is well, you're wealthy. Prosperous means to continue. As long as you're prospering on in life, you're continuing, therefore you are prosperous. You create prosperity every time you wake up in the morning. Prosperity is already existing because you're continuing. Every time you wake up, you're continuing. The next day, you just continued again. The next day, you just continued again. So you already living within prosperity, twin. The word abundance means large quantity of something. I told you, everything is energy, vibration, and frequency, which can be measured and weighed. Anything that can be measured and weighed is quantity itself. It has a quantity, it has a number, it has an amount. You are the large quantity. So you are abundance in itself. You know what I'm saying? Understand that you are money. Money is just an energy. And the tangible money is just the tangible form of the energy. Just like how there's a physical you, but there's not just the physical you. There's multiple versions of you. There's also a non-physical you. Okay, same thing with money. There's a physical form of money, and there's also a non-physical form of money, right? Which is you. You are the money, non-physically. Your energy, vibration, and frequency is the money, twin. All right? So this type of wealth comes as a natural byproduct of the intangible wealth that you create within. And you create intangible wealth by doing things to promote well-being, focusing on yourself, you know what I'm saying, and making sure that your being is well, eating right, thinking right, speaking right, you know what I'm saying. This is why where it comes down to talking positively about yourself, because why? Everything in the universe is made of sound. That's why we call it a universe. Like a verse to a song, it's all a verse. Because in the beginning, there was the word. The word that they're talking about sound frequency, right? Right? So everything in the universe is based in sound. So sound can actually program things. It can create, it can shape and reshape things. It can reconfigure and figure things, right? Same thing with you. You can use sound to manipulate your own frequency. You can use sound frequencies. You can use all types of shit, right? But there's no powerful sound. There's no powerful sound other than the sound of your own voice. The sound of your voice can literally reprogram the cells within your body on it, so you can literally rearrange your entire existence on a cellular level, on a molecular level, on an atomic level, just from speaking to yourself a certain kind of way. You already doing it anyway when you speaking to yourself negatively. Whether you're doing it negatively, whether you're doing this consciously or unconsciously. You already speaking and rearranging your existence every time you speak about yourself. Even your inner dialogue that you speak about yourself, not even just what you say out loud, even how you speak about yourself internally. All of that shit is reshaping and reconfiguring your whole reality every time you do it. So you already manifesting anyway. You already shifting timelines and shit anyway. You already quantum leaping anyway. The key is to become the conscious magician and do this shit consciously, because otherwise you're just gonna be creating realities and finding yourself being in realities that you ain't even mean to be in, because you creating them from an unconscious state of being. So the point is to become the conscious magician, right? Understand that version of you that you have in your head that's already rich and successful is real. That's why you can envision it. Now you embody it through speaking, thinking, feeling it, and doing the things that version of yourself would do, but you do it in the now as if you're already that. This is going to cause your timelines to shift. And what I mean by timeline, I mean your timeline to collapse. What I mean by timeline to collapse is that your current reality is going to start to fall. It's going to start to break apart. This is why they say, well, this is why I say before breakthroughs is always a breakups and breakdowns, right? And people who's wealthy that's at the top say the same shit. I just watched the video of Kevin Gates saying the same thing. He said, bro, when you on your way to the top, it's gonna seem like everything going bad. It's gonna seem like everything going left. You see? So I'm learning from the top, and I'm also in the midst of shifting my own timeline. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking. You feel me? When your timeline get to shifting, bro, and get to collapsing, it's gonna seem like everything is going bad. Everything is going against the grain. Everything is going against you, right? And everything is falling apart. And in a sense, it is falling apart. What's falling apart is the old you, the old identity, and everything else that was aligned and attached to that old identity. So that means old friends that's attached to that old version of you. That means old ways, old habits, old situations. That job that you keep trying to get, you wonder why you can't get it, because that it's not meant for you to work that job, because it's going to go against the timeline that you're trying to manifest. That's why you ain't getting that job. That's why you just broke up with your girl. That's why you and your homie just split apart. You don't know what happened, because all that shit don't align with what you're trying to manifest. So what they call the future version of yourself is collapsing these timelines purposely. Is you collapsing the timelines, really. Is you collapsing these timelines. It's a different version of you collapsing the timelines, right? Meaning shaking up your physical current reality on purpose to rearrange it. It's deconstructing to be reconstructed. You feel me? So that everything that's in alignment with that new you can fall into place. So while it seems like everything falling apart, it's actually falling apart so that the new you, the real you, the authentic you that you're trying to manifest, the future version of yourself, can fall into place. So when shit going left, see it as a sign that things are going right. Don't get caught up when it's going left. Don't, you know what I'm saying? When it's always a storm before there's a calm. Don't get caught up in the storm. You feel what I'm saying? Be calm through the storm. Know that the storm is only just it's like a passing wave, like your emotions. You don't want to react off your emotions, because your emotions is just a passing wave. They're temporary. So why would you make a decision or a permanent decision based off of temporary emotions? Instead of moving off the emotion, moving off the wave, allow the wave to pass by just observing it. You see what I'm saying? Being on the outside, just observing it for what it is. That's how you don't become attached. You observe without absorbing, right? And then you allow the wave to pass. The same thing with these breakthroughs. When you're on the verge of a breakthrough, it's gonna seem like everything going left. It's gonna be breakups and breakdowns. You might have just broke up with your wife. You might just, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, before a breakthrough, there's always gonna be breakups and breakdowns. Shit always gonna go left before it go right. You don't get caught up in the shit going left or the breakdowns and the breakups. You have to understand that, okay, things are in progression. That's why it's just happening. Things have to go left before they go right. You see what I mean? That's just how this shit go, bro. You feel me? For real, gang. Like, don't get too caught up in the just what you see in the physical, because what you gotta understand is, again, there's not just the physical. There's not just the physical you. There's multiple different versions of yourself. So, and it also pays to be spiritually in tune, because the universe gonna be sending you signs. See what I'm saying? As confirmation codes, letting you know that, like, as little breadcrumbs to lead you on your path, to keep you going. Because you may not be able to, because if you just get caught up in the physical and it seems like everything going bad, you might try to change your route thinking that, damn, I'm doing something wrong. Now you changing your route, changing your ways. Now you just went back. Now you manifesting the old timeline again. You feel me? You causing your new timeline to be delayed, or your manifestation to be delayed. So it pays to be spiritually in tune, because what you can't see with the physical eyes, you could be able to see with your spiritual eye. So the universe is gonna be sending you these signals. You're gonna start seeing angel numbers and shit like that all over the place. 777, 77s, 7, even like single, triple, and double. You're gonna start seeing 8s everywhere, 9s, 4s, 3s, single, triple, and double. You're gonna start seeing all types of number patterns, because like I said, numbers are vibrations in numerical form. And you are vibration in a human form right now, in a temporary human form. So you and numbers are both vibrations. Numbers are just numbers in a numerical form. And then your energy, vibration, and frequency can also be measured in waves. So you are numbers in itself. You are made up of quantity. Quantity means an amount of numbers. You literally are numbers. So as your numbers increase, as you increase in number, or as you increase in quantity, as you multiply your existence, as you expand in consciousness, you're gonna start seeing results of this in your external reality, aka your extended reality, because your external is an extension of your internal. So as the numbers within you start to increase, you're gonna start seeing the numbers outside of you increase. As you multiply, you're gonna start seeing the multiplied numbers. I'm telling you, 333, 444, 777, 888. It's happening to me now, twin. That's how I know what I'm talking about. Feel me? I'm been quantum leap. And then you also gonna know you quantum leap when this happened, right? When you start understanding why everything went the way it went. When you start understanding, like, damn, this is why life had to go this way for me, because of this. Oh, this is why I'm in this position right now, because of this. Oh, this is why this happened, because of this. When you start to understand why things happen as if you're already your future self and you're looking back on the past, that's how you know you shifted into that future self. You're already there. See what I'm saying? That's because it's like as if you're looking, you know how people, when they blow up, they can look back on their life and be like, damn, now I see what went wrong because this happened. And now I see why this had to happen, because it was meant for me to go through that because of this. Right? That's going to happen to you now when you quantum leap, as if you were already your future self, because you are. And it's like you're looking back on your past and realizing what happened. That shit like that is happening to me now. I'm telling you. Old friends, old situations, all that shit gonna start breaking up. You gonna think, you gonna call it, oh, niggas, people being funny, people hating on me. No, it's just that them people don't align with your timeline that you're trying to manifest. That future version of you that you're trying to manifest, them people don't align with that version. So they're gonna naturally, gradually fall out your life organically, because that's just how it works. You're collapsing these timelines because you're manifesting to a new vibration, a new you. Really an authentic you, not even new. So that's how this shit works, bro. And with that being said, man, that's the end of the video, bro. I love y'all boys, man. I hope you learned something from this video, because this is some real deep shit, bro. You have to really understand this, bro. I'm teaching y'all how the real codes, gang. The real codes to life, for real, bro. Like, I'm already shifting into my future version of myself, bro. You can feel it before it starts to take place. Oh, and also understand this too. You're gonna also, this is how you know it's happening too, right? When things in life seem like nothing is happening, nothing is working, when everything come to a standstill, it seems like, damn, nothing is happening, nothing is changing. I'm just floating through life. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think of that like this when you working out, right? When you first start working out, you're gonna feel that soreness. You're gonna feel the results of it, right? You're gonna feel that, but after a while, you working out, you're gonna become conditioned to it, to where you don't even feel the soreness no more. So you'll start questioning, like, damn, is this shit even working? Because you can't feel no more results of it. So what you have to do is just maintain that discipline and realize that, bro, it's working because I'm doing it. Same thing with this quantum leap shit. You're gonna get to a point where it seems like, okay, even when you're manifesting, it's gonna seem like nothing is taking place. You done did all this mindset work, you done did all these breathing techniques, you done did all this, and everything is just still the same. That's what it seemed like, right? You done became immune to it. You became conditioned to it. It's became a part of your normal vibration. So you have to wait for your physical reality to catch up. You're operating ahead of your own physical reality. The you that you operating from is at a speed that is operating at a speed way more faster than the physical. So the physical is actually playing catch up to your new vibration. So it'll seem like nothing is going on, but really you already done shifted. Everything is going on inside. You can feel it. You can feel it, bro. I'm telling you, like, when you start getting these random moments of clarity, when you start getting these downloads, when you start seeing these numbers, and you get that feeling inside, like, damn, something happening. When you get that sense of restlessness, like, you can't sleep, you feel like something is about to happen. All these different doses, that's what I mean by you can feel it. That's how you know, because it takes place within first, and then after a while, it extends into your extended reality, aka your external. So don't get caught up on that too. When shit seems like it's not even moving, shit seems like it's not changing. You may even start seeing zeros, because zero represents a cosmic reset. It represents the cosmic pause when everything comes to a standstill. It also can represent infinite possibilities, right? Like a cosmic womb. They call the zero the cosmic egg, because it's like infinite possibilities. Anything can happen, you know what I'm saying, from the zero. All numbers come from the zero. It's like a mother's womb. All, you know what I'm saying, all the babies come from the mother's womb. She could have an infinite amount of babies. There's no number, no limit. Anything can happen, infinite possibilities, right? So if you start seeing zeros and shit everywhere, and it feel like life is at a standstill, you're seeing a reflection of what's going on. Everything is being reset. You're being redirected. So when you start getting rejected by jobs, start getting rejected by certain people, you try to go around, and it seems like it's just like a level of dissonance. It's no longer resonating no more. Or when you try to manifest that, so you try to go for that job that you once used to go for, and it's like you just can't get it, and you know you putting in all the work that you need to do to get that job, and it's just like, damn, something not right. You feel me? That's why, because it's not meant. It doesn't align with the new timeline that you're shifting into, or that you have shifted into. It doesn't align with it, so it's not gonna work. You know, you keep trying to force it, you're gonna fuck up your manifestation. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't force, twin. Flow. Flow is the opposite of force. Force is the opposite of flow. Don't force, just flow, twin. You know what I'm saying? Just be in that flow state. You already have what you're seeking for. What you're seeking is seeking you as well. It's already within you. You already have the Lamborghini. You already have all the money in the world. It's literally your energy. It just hasn't materialized yet. Once it materialized, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, he was right. You feel me? He was right. Because I done manifested plenty of times. I'm talking about even tangible. I done manifested money plenty of times. So even tangible. So like, this ain't just no talk, bro. I know what I'm talking about, dude. You feel me? But that's the end of the video, man. I hope you, like I said, I hope you got something from this. If you like this video though, you know what I'm saying, show some love, bro. Like it up, share the video, get it into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? People need to hear this shit, man, for real. So, I mean, well, whether you share it or not, people gonna hear it. It's gonna get in the algorithm, because this is a part of my timeline that I'm shifting into. See what I'm saying? See, like, I had a vision of myself, the future version of myself, right, does what I'm doing now. And so this is why I'm doing it, because I'm aligning with that version. And now that I've aligned to a certain level, I'm starting to see my timeline, that my old timeline collapse. Like, people I used to hang out with, we no longer hang out no more. You know what I'm saying? Certain jobs I try to keep going for. It don't work. Certain shit is certain. You know what I'm saying? I'm already shifting into that timeline. This is what the future version of me once did. When I was thinking about it in the past, I was thinking about the future version of myself. This is what he was doing. Doing this now. So now, this is what it is, bro. I already been shifted into it. So me blowing up is a part of the timeline that I done manifested. So it's gonna happen regardless, whether you like it, share it, or not. But, you know, show love anyway, though. You feel me? Peace, love, and prosperity, man. Until the next time we meet. You know who it is. It's been your boy, King Sko. It's been a pleasure making this video, man. Love y'all boys.